I finally finished the Fujimi BMW Z4 GT3. It says 2012 on the box. I'm guessing that was the year this particular style car was racing. And I know they make more than one of these kits by Fujimi. And I noticed there were some extra parts in the kit that did not go to this particular car. So there must be more than one version. This particular kit did come with some photo etch parts. I did use some of them. Some of them were kind of repetitive in the sense that they were exactly like whatever was molded in plastic. They were maybe like the part for the dashboard with the switches were already molded into the dashboard. So you would have had to sand those off and add this photo etch plate that had the same thing, the buttons. So, and you're not leaving the plate like looking like steel or metal or aluminum or anything like that. You would have painted over it, in which case it would look just exactly like the dash did before. So, I mean, there were little things like that. I just skipped on them. Now it doesn't matter because I made a mistake. I had, sometimes I come home from work and I got things I got to do, and then modeling time might be limited, and I'm in and out. So I had come in and I said, well, I got a few minutes, I'm gonna put the masks on the glass. I put the masks on. It was a day or two later till I had a chance to come back out. I'm out in the garage, so I came back out to the garage to paint it. So I snatched it up, grabbed a can of paint, painted it, and then brought it inside and then started thinking about it and looking at it and realized I had painted the wrong side of the glass. I painted it on the inside, but the masks were on the outside. So I actually I installed the masks wrong. I should have installed them on the inside. Anyway, the deal was done. So I've never found a way to strip paint off of raw plastic. It all, in my experience, it stains the plastic. You can sometimes get it off, but the plastic remains with a stain in it, which is below what the paint was on top. Anyway, I couldn't find anything that I had here. I tested it on different places on the inside of the window that would take that black off. To me, a black paint, which is flat matte paint. But anyway, I didn't want to mess the window up because that would have looked really bad. So I just left it black. It just kind of looks like the windows are tinted. There's not much on the interior anyway. I mean, there's a roll bar, or roll cage I should say, but there's not a lot of other extra parts for details on the interior. Just the necessities to, like the seat, the roll cage, the dashboard, shifter, and a couple other odd parts, and that's it. There's not even any molding. They don't mold in all the different lines and wires and all the other stuff that plumbing and everything that runs inside of a car to hook all that digital stuff up and all that racing stuff, and none of that's in there. So there's really nothing to see unless you wanted to add that. And this interior is like a bucket. So you would have had to, if you wanted to run a line, a hose or a wire or something, you would have to do it with tweezers because you're not going to get your fingers in there. So I passed on that anyway. The outside, it worked well. I can't remember having any issues except, it gets to the point where you just want to get the model done. And the more stuff you add to it, the more stuff gets knocked off and falls off. So you end up working on it and the wing falls off. You're working on it, the mirror falls off. Down below on the front, you're going to see where there's some black things on there. I don't know what they're for, but they're aerodynamics, and they go on each side of the grill, and those would fall off, and I'd have to glue them back on. One of them I had to make because it got lost, so I just made another one. Things like that. So at that point you're like, man, I want to get this thing done because parts are falling off faster than I'm putting them on. So the rear lower panel that's black where the exhaust comes out and the front grille are photo etch. You have to take a Dremel tool and Dremel those out of the plastic body, and then you can put those in there. Yeah, I don't think, the thing is about those photo etches, it's such a very fine mesh. You would really have to get nose to nose with that model and really look intently to tell that it's photo etch, because the plastic already had a mesh texture to it, molded into it. I don't think that doing all that extra work to get the mesh in there, the photo etch mesh, was worth it. I mean, it looks okay, but it's just more work when I think the plastic would have been fine. So, I mean, if I built one of these cars again, I don't know that I would add the photo etch. You just can't notice it unless you get really, really close. But that's about it. I mean, it's a kit worth building. Regardless of whether you have or use photo etch. I don't know that every version of the kit comes with photo etch. But even without that, it's still a good kit to build. I don't remember any, other than my mistakes, I don't remember having any fitment problems. I think everything fit together. The instructions are in Japanese. There's very, very little English to help you along the way. One thing I don't know about you, but there's one thing I absolutely hate about instructions, printed instructions, and every model company usually does this at one time. But they'll show, let's say you're looking at all the steps and you're looking at step number 5, and the diagram shows the car upright, sitting on its wheels, or at least the body is in that position. And then you go to step 6, and they've flipped the body upside down or they've turned it around so that the nose of the car is at the bottom of the page and the back of the car is at the top, whereas in the previous it was the opposite. I hate it when they do that, because you're intent on working on the model, and then all of a sudden they flipped it upside down. Now you're putting parts on upside down before you realize, wait a minute, they flipped the illustration over. That really perturbs me. Maybe it's something because I'm getting old. I don't know, but that just really irritates me, because now you're trying to figure out, and you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't fit. It's backwards. Oh, the part's not backwards. The illustration's backwards. That's happened too many times to me. I think it's just something with getting old, because I built models for too many years to really have an issue with something like that, but it does bug me. So, but anyway, this model is done, it's finished. This is what the kit looks like when it's done. I hope you like it. I don't know what else to say about it. That's about it. So I will catch you on the next video, and I appreciate you looking, appreciate you watching, appreciate the likes. I'm up to 150 subscribers, which is awesome. You guys are doing great. I appreciate it. And everything's good. Catch you on the next one. Later.